If you want to bring your soulmate into your life, you could raise your vibrations by going on a spiritual retreat, meditate for days on end, or make sure to only think positive thoughts. Or you could follow these 5 steps to manifest your soulmate. Because what I'm about to share is the opposite of trying to raise your vibration or use visualization to find the perfect partner. This is a different approach that I learned from spending time with a shaman in Brazil. The funny thing is that this 5-step process does actually completely shift your aura and bring the perfect person into your life. But this is wildly different from what many of the new age spiritual gurus are sharing these days about manifesting your soulmate. Stick with me to the 5th step because that's where we go deep into completely changing our aura. Let's begin with the 1st step. And of course, I'd love to know what you think in the comments to the video. Okay, the 1st step is to accept your imperfections. It's really important to do this. The mainstream advice to manifesting your soulmate will usually tell you to raise your vibration so that you match the frequency of your soulmate. Raising your vibration is meant to attract someone with a similar vibration into your life, because like attracts like. Of course, it's good advice to try to improve yourself and bring like-minded people into your orbit. But there's a problem with focusing on your vibration. The problem is that people usually misunderstand what a frequency is. Frequency occurs as waves. Vibrations, by their very name, means that the frequency moves up and down rapidly. Our emotions as humans are entirely the same. We experience ups and downs. Sometimes we spontaneously erupt with feelings of joy. At other times we feel sadness. Maybe we'll feel anger if someone treats us badly. All of our emotions are natural. So the 1st step is to accept that you're going to be up and down. Sometimes you'll think positive thoughts, other times negative thoughts. When people say to raise your vibrations, the unfortunate consequence usually is that you're rejecting your natural emotional cycles. You have to fully accept yourself first in order to bring your soulmate into your life. So accept your imperfections. Don't hold yourself to unrealistic standards, just be human. This brings me to the 2nd step, and that is to give up on the idea of a perfect partner. Just as it's important to accept your imperfections, it's important to realize that the perfect partner doesn't exist. None of us are perfect. Each of us has our own insecurities, fears, and flaws. We all have baggage, and even with a soulmate, you will still have some of your own baggage. So it's impossible to find a person who'll be perfect for you in every way. In my case, for many years, I followed the advice of self-help gurus and tried to visualize my perfect partner. I tried to force myself to feel like she already existed in my life. This was meant to raise my vibration and bring her to me. It always helped for a bit. It gave me clarity on the kind of person I wanted to be with, but it had a very unfortunate consequence. Visualizing the perfect partner made me very critical of the people I was meeting. The reason for being critical was simple. No one could ever compare with the perfect image I had in my mind. I wasn't able to accept people for who they were, and it put a stop to so many potentially amazing relationships. So the first 2 steps are to accept your own imperfections and give up on the idea of the perfect partner. Now we're going to go deeper into an exercise to begin shifting our aura. The 3rd step is to make a list of the emotions you expect to experience when you're with your soulmate. Take a moment now to think this through. Visualize how you'll be feeling when your perfect soulmate comes into your life. What are the feelings? What will your soulmate bring? If you don't have a pen and paper around you, you could list them in the comments below. In my case, I wanted to feel excited when I'm with my soulmate. I also wanted to experience freedom and connection. I think many people want the feeling of being at home, of being appreciated, of being respected. They also want to feel good about themselves. So now having this list in place brings us to step 4. What you want to do now is take this list of feelings and ask yourself, how can I start to experience these feelings and emotions more regularly now, even before I'm with my soulmate? Brainstorm all the kinds of things you can do on your own to feel these things, because these are the feelings that are important to you. So to give you an example, in my case, I want to feel thrilled and excited when I'm with my soulmate. I want to go on adventures, travel the world together. What I want to do more of now is do exciting things on my own. I may want to join a group of weekend hikers, for example, to get out into nature and to see more of what's going on around me. For the people who want a soulmate in order to feel loved and respected, are there things that you can do to love and respect yourself a little bit more right now? Can you be kinder to yourself? Can you find things about yourself that you admire and respect? Can you do things that cause you to love yourself? For example, can you be kinder to the people around you to then respect yourself just that little bit more? Start to do the things that bring you the feelings that you want to experience in a loving relationship. These feelings will grow inside you. You can see how this is a really logical way to create an entirely new aura about yourself. To be honest, I don't really like the language of raising your vibration, because I think there's a misunderstanding of what vibrations and frequencies are. But if you believe in pursuing a high vibration life, the 4 steps I've explained so far will help you to do this. And now this brings us to step 5, which is the most powerful step to take to bring your soulmate into your life. This is the step that I learned from a shaman. His name is Huda Iande. Because his teachings have been so important in my life, I've helped him to produce a free masterclass on IdeaPod sharing these teachings. It's a 90-minute free masterclass on having fulfilling relationships in life, and I think it's the best resource on relationships available on the web. There's a link in the description below, so if my advice today resonates, go and check it out, as Huda explains all of this much better than I possibly can. So step 5 is to prioritize the relationship you have with yourself. The reason is that the relationship you have with others in your life is a direct mirror of the relationship you have with yourself. I've learnt this from Huda Iande's out-of-the-box online course, which is a very deep and comprehensive approach to personal development. What I learned from Out of the Box is that we can develop a magnetic aura by living our life from a place of personal empowerment. And there's a trap that comes from focusing so much on our soulmates. The trap is that you forget to focus on yourself. Because when you focus so much on others, you end up putting yourself to the back of your mind. And that's where anxiety, low self-esteem, and what the New Age gurus would call low vibrational energy come from. So the funny thing is that focusing on being high vibration before you meet your soulmate has the unfortunate consequence of putting you in a state of mind and energy that pushes people away. Instead, it's much better to prioritize the relationship you have with yourself. Do things that are empowering, fun, and bring you what you're looking for in life. Because when you're living in this way, you're much more attractive to the people around you. You're doing the things that you love doing. You're living your life aligned with your values. You're going to bring someone into your life that matches who you are deep down inside. You won't need a soulmate to complete you, because you'll feel like you are your own soulmate. And then you can have a healthy, human, and even a humanly imperfect relationship where you and your partner can grow and evolve together. If you like this video, I suggest watching my other video on letting go of desire, as it shares these teachings in a slightly different way. Make sure you download Tribe by IdeaPod. This is the digital magazine that I'm an editor of. There's a link in the description below. And of course, leave a comment, as I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for being here, and see you in the next video.